Do you want to know the best way to add character to your home, save money, and be more eco-conscious at the same time? That would be buying reclaimed and salvaged building materials, or if you're lucky, finding them for free. We're going to talk more about all of that right now. Hello everyone, Larissa here, and this video comes to you via Of Houses and Trees, where I blog about sustainable design, sustainable living, sustainable everything. I also have e-design over on Of Houses and Trees, which is just another way of saying online interior design. The thing that sets Of Houses and Trees apart from any other interior design online e-design service is that everything I select for you will be made from sustainable materials or from a sustainable brand, or will be made by an artisan or a small handmade business. So please head on over to ofhousesandtrees.com/edesign to check that out. In this video, I wanted to talk about using reclaimed building materials in your home. Now, whether you're building a new home or you're renovating an existing home, I highly recommend looking into getting reclaimed or salvaged building materials for all of those instances. When we built our home, which would have been about 2.5 years ago now, we incorporated lots of different reclaimed and a secondhand, I guess you could say, building materials into the new construction. The reason that I love doing that sort of thing is, of course, because it is a more sustainable option than buying things that are brand new. So for example, we had a lot of things made out of pallets. Barn doors, for example. Both of our vanities for our bathrooms are made out of pallets. Our fireplace mantle is made out of an old barn beam. I was able to get sinks that were previously purchased new and then not actually installed into the construction project that they were originally intended for. And so I got those and put those into our house. So of course, more sustainable, more eco-conscious than buying brand new things from the store. But also another great reason to do it is because it adds character to your home. So if you want a home that is brand new but looks like it has a story and some character, this is a great way to do that. Or if you are renovating something that is older and you want to sort of match the character that it already has, is another great reason to do it. So this video applies to all kinds of people in all kinds of situations. So I first wanted to talk about where you can buy salvaged building materials. So there are a few different places where you can look for these things, and I'm sure that there's more. I'm just going to give you sort of a brief overview of a few of the different places I've had success. So a salvage shop is basically somewhere where the owner brings in old building materials and carries them in their store, and then you can go in and take a look. This is probably one of the main places where we found things for our home. So the barn beam mantle that I talked about before was from a salvage shop. We got a bunch of light fixtures from salvage shops. Quite often you can get things like old building supplies. You can find like screws and nails and light bulbs and appliances and toilets and cabinetry. You can just find all kinds of stuff. The one that I like to visit is in the city near where I live, and the owner there, he actually goes to old building sites that are being demolished, and he takes everything out that he thinks is reusable, resellable, and he brings it into his shop. Oh my goodness, I'm just remembering my clawfoot tub. How could I forget? That was salvaged by the shop owner that I'm talking about, and I had it redone and put it into my bathroom, and I love it. Rates for like our air return in our home, I got those from the salvage shop. Just struck gold there. So if you have one near you, highly recommend it. Another place that we had great luck, and that you probably would too if you took a look, would be online buy and sells. So things like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist. I don't use Craigslist personally because where I live, everybody uses Kijiji. Or if there are other online buy and sells, I'm sure there's tons. You can look into those. But basically, that's where people just put up stuff that they don't want anymore. So say, for example, somebody retiled their home or redid the flooring in their home and they had excess, they might be selling it. Maybe they bought some light fixtures and decided to not install it into their home. They could also be selling them in Kijiji. I got light fixtures for our bathroom, our stairwell, and one of the downstairs bedrooms, all from Kijiji. And a great way to take that sort of stuff and make it fit into what you want in your home is to just simply paint them. So one of them was a wood light fixture, and so I painted it white. And then the other two were, one was silver and one was kind of a goldish color. And so I painted them black to get that sort of matte black industrial look that I love. Before there were online buy and sells, there were garage sales. Some places have community-wide garage sales where there's a day set aside and everybody's selling their stuff. Or maybe you're just driving around and you see like, oh, hey, there's a garage sale there. Oh, and something else that I just clicked in my mind would be estate sales. And that's actually something I did not mention in the blog post. Somebody sold their farm and they're selling all their stuff. It's just a huge sale, or maybe somebody's passed away and again, all of their stuff is being sold. And I know my mom, who is the person that I got my love for antiques and reclaimed salvage things, got all that from her. She has had excellent luck finding things at like farm sales and estate sales. So on top of garage sales, that's another place to look. I mean, you never know. Sometimes garage sales is just like old clothing and like DVDs for people who still like to watch stuff on DVDs, or I mean, toys and that sort of stuff. But you never know. You could find light fixtures. You could find some cool decor. You could, again, maybe find some flooring or some paint. A great way to buy paint for your home that is affordable and that is more eco-conscious is to buy paint that people have partially used. At a garage sale, what might be considered outdated by the current owner, the person who's selling it, might be cool and vintage to you. Okay, and so now I want to talk about where you can find used, salvaged, reclaimed building materials for free. If you are somebody who is really looking to score a deal, check out local eco centers. Basically, that's another way of saying the dump. Nowadays they call it an eco center because of course it's not just for dumping things, it's also for recycling things, thankfully. Places near us have an area, it's called like the take it or leave it. So people will like put stuff there and that they think, well, maybe somebody might want this, but it's probably trash. And then you can just go and you can take stuff there. You could look for things like used toilets. Some people might think that's disgusting, but I mean, it's a toilet. Like, clean it off and plywood, drywall, 2x4s, mirrors, faucets. Not all eco centers are going to have a take it or leave it area, and you're not always allowed to scavenge at places like that. So check to make sure that that's something that is okay. But again, it's something to keep in mind. You never know, you could get lucky. So there's always like that big bin of like garbage outside of a house that's being built. And so if you approached the construction workers or approached if the owner's there, maybe they're renovating, you could approach them, ask if there's anything that you could take out of there. You could maybe offer to pay them, or, you know, just strike up a friendship. If it's somebody in your neighborhood, maybe they would be happy to give you their stuff. Of course, this is another situation where you could go dumpster diving on your own accord. Probably not something that's legal to do, but hey, I'm not going to tell you how to live your life. An interesting way that I was able to get something from a demolition site wasn't that I myself went to the demo site to get this item, but I actually found online somebody who had driven to the next province over from where I live and went to an old building that was being demolished, and he took all of the old brick, like the full-size bricks that the building was made out of, carted them back home, and he sliced them into thin brick and redid the interior of kind of like, he has this like mezzanine space in his shop. And then whatever he had left over, he listed that online, and I went and picked it up. This is actually what I got. So I want to do like a feature wall when you come in our home, in the entranceway, and I wanted to do this reclaimed brick, and it's awesome because this is from like a 100-year-old building, and I'm gonna have a little slice of it, or several slices of it, in my own home, which I just love. Another cool way I was able to get materials for our home is that my mom actually saved some things from my grandma's house, which was sadly torn down after she passed away. I have glass doorknobs that were from her house. I had them installed on our closet doors in our bedroom. So that's just another cool instance of how old homes are treasure troves of things that you could put into your home. And that brings me to my next point about where you can get things for free is from family, friends, and neighbors. So probably at any given time, you know somebody who is renovating or building, and so you should ask them if they have anything left over or anything that they are not going to be using, to see if you can use it for your own home. Even if you aren't building yet, but you know that that's something that you're going to be doing in the future, or renovating, you could start stockpiling things. So for example, if somebody is tearing out their kitchen and putting in new kitchen cabinets, ask them if you can keep their cabinets. If somebody pulls out their kitchen, you don't necessarily have to use the cabinets in your kitchen. You could use them in your laundry room. You could use them to create like a workspace in your garage. Same thing goes for neighbors, kind of like I said before about trying to see if you can get things out of residential construction, bins and that sort of thing. If your neighbors are renovating or building, then talk to them. It's a great way to build relationships as well as get some stuff for your home for free or for cheap, or for beer, or for pizza. You could also check out FreeCycle or Nextdoor, which is somewhere that people list things that they want to give away for free. You also could do some trading where you have something, somebody else has something, and then you exchange, because you know that's how trading works. So that's it. These 6 ideas for finding reclaimed or salvaged building materials. They're just beginning ideas. Don't be afraid to be creative and see what you can come up with for your own home. It always makes a really great story when somebody says, hey, I like your whatever, and you can say, oh, interesting about that, I got it, and then you can tell them where you got it from. I keep getting interrupted by small children, so I'm gonna sign off now and say thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.
Can I come over there and talk to you?
Of course. Go. What? I don't even remember the last thing I said.